nigga, just stop it. Everybody know I'm a motherfucking monster. I'ma need to see your fucking hands at the concert. I'ma need to see your fucking hands at the concert. Profit, nigga, I got it. Everybody know I'm a motherfucking monster. I'ma need to see your fucking hands at the concert. I'ma need to see your fucking hands.
What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Big Ralph, and today I'm very honored, very pleased to finally meet this woman. I have been following her for many years now on Twitter, and never had the chance to actually meet her face to face, although we were a couple places where we were standing next to each other and just didn't know who each other was. So that's my bad Ralph. But I'm gonna let her introduce it because I don't think I could give her just due. So tell my audience, who am I speaking to today?
Hey peoples, it's your girl, sexy Sapphire. It's a lot of Sapphires, but I'm the sexy one. And when you look for me, you just go on the internet and you type in Sapphire, the sexy one, because that's what I am. And I'm from Baltimore. You know, your favorite webcam, fantasy girl. That's me.
Alright, now Sapphire, I think a lot of people that follow you on Twitter, they're not sure, are you a porn star? Are you a cam star? Are you just one of the hottest strippers in Baltimore? It's like, what classification would you actually describe yourself as?
I'm an adult entertainer, period. I'm an adult model. I'm a webcam girl. I'm a phone sex operator. I make naughty videos. I don't like labels. I'm an adult entertainer.
Phone sex operator? You still have phone sex operator?
Oh God, yeah. I make good money doing phone sex.
Really?
Oh yeah.
We might have to do some simulated phone sex. I'm pretty good at that one.
Good money.
Right. So, with you being an adult entertainer, and you're more of a jack of all trades. You just wherever it goes. Is there anything in particular being an adult entertainer that you find yourself leaning more towards?
I like webcamming. Like, I could never do mainstream porn. I like webcamming. I like being very to myself, elusive. I don't like to be out and have to socialize. So I like things that I can do from home.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm sure that webcam is very popular. How did you get into the world of webcam? Because a lot of people are not too sure like what webcam it is, because you have a bunch of different sites out there. So your particular webcam, and like, what do you do to specialize on your cam shows to make them all unique?
Well, I do femdom. I like to degrade and humiliate men, and I'm really big on queefing. I'm a queefing specialist. You know that pussy fart your shit make when you fucking, that. Yeah, I can do that like on command, and it's really hot.
Can you squirt?
No.
No squirt. Well, half is good. Half is good. All right. The webcam in this experience, like, you do everything from your house. Like, you never have to actually interact with people. I mean, but even with that, do you find that you have a lot of followers that like watch your shows religiously? Yeah,
and I do meet my fans. Like, it's not like I don't meet people who I cam with. It's just that I make them wait a long time. And like right now, I have one of my cam fans courting me, and he takes me out and we go shopping. And he buys me stuff, and we spend time. You gotta earn that privilege, though.
Oh, okay, all right. With him being one of your followers, does he get to actually watch? Can he come and watch one of your webcam shows live? Like, does he get that kind of privilege?
He could. I've never done that when he's around. Like, I'm never Sapphire when he's around. I dress like Sapphire, but I'm my normal self. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Secret identities. We all have to have those in porn, to protect ourselves.
No, it's not a secret. I mean, my Facebook is under my government. My fans call me by my name. Like, everybody calls me Melanie now. It's been a big transition for me. I'm enjoying it. Like, what happened was about 2 years ago, I realized that if something happened to me, if I died, God forbid, nobody would know. Everything was under Sapphire. Like, nobody would know what I did. Like, nobody would know what I had accomplished and achieved. And so, I started to go by my name, a little, and to let people know who I was. I'm proud of everything I did. I came a long way. I wanted to be recognized for who I am. I built Sapphire. She's not just this mystery person. She's me.
Okay, all right. Well, one of the things that really intrigued me was that recently you started releasing videos that detailed your past experiences in life. And I must say, some of the stuff really blew my mind. Like, I just literally had no idea. But I guess because a lot of people that work in the adult business, they think that it's supposed to be glamour and that the red carpet's gonna be laid out to them and I'll be sipping champagne and I have all kinds of money and expensive cars. But the truth of the reality is that it's nothing like that. You really have to go somewhere. So tell us a little bit about your past experience.
Well, you know, what's funny is that as I'm doing the Sexy Sapphire Chronicles, which are the videos that you mentioned, you can Google that, Sexy Sapphire Chronicles. As I've been doing them, I have not talked about my life as Sapphire at all. I have not gotten up to that point. Like, I've only talked about Melanie. See, what I always tell people is that people think that Sapphire is this wild person. You know, they see me as so sexual and wild and out there. But Sapphire is this controlled little entity that I have. She's business. Like, she's nothing compared to how wild I really am. Like, Melanie is the wild one, right? Like, I am out there, you know. I have done some shit, like, you know, all that wild shit I did, the threesomes, the sex parties, the running around and having sex whatever I want and having boyfriends and girlfriends living with me and all that at the same time. All that was before I became Sapphire. You know, that's the crazy part. Like, Sapphire is business. Like, I guard her reputation, so I don't do all that crazy stuff. You know, if I want people to see me as exclusive and to pay for me, then I can't be out fucking and having fun like that. It's got to be exclusive.
So do you find it easy now to separate Melody from Sapphire?
Not at all. What I realized is that I thought that there was this big separation for a long time, but there is no separation. She is me, and I am her. It's just that she's a character that I portray. She's not, you know, the person that I am, but she couldn't be her if she didn't have all the traits that I had. I couldn't have given her these traits if I didn't have them in me, you know? Mm-hmm. So I can't go on and pretend that she isn't me. However, what it is that she was an outlet for me. Like, I started to hate my life because, as you saw the Sexy Sapphire Chronicles, I come from such a rough background. And what I realized is that a lot of women in this field, we share the same background. And we use this alter ego to try to deal with our past. You know, we end up out here stripping or in porn or promiscuous because we have this person that deals with all the other shit that we can't deal with. And, you know, for a long time, I let Sapphire be separate. And then I realized that she was just the outlet. She's not separate. She's me. But I have to use her for good, you know, which is why I'm transitioning. You know, I've used her or let her use me long enough, you know?
I think I understand what you're saying. Like somewhat like dual personalities, but from time to time, they have to intertwine with one another.
Yeah.
Right. All right, because you mentioned that you have a fan that's courting you right now. Do you find at times, either now or in the past, like let's say you're doing certain things, and do you find that as you in that life as Melanie, that there are elements of Sapphire that start leaking into that? And do you try to control it, or do you just go with it?
Sapphire creeps out on me on the streets. I have anxiety disorder. So when I'm in a house, like, I'm really good. But when I go out in the street, sometimes I get really nervous. I think that people want to kidnap me and all kinds of crazy shit go in my head. But when I go outside, Sapphire comes out. And Sapphire is confident and she's cocky and she's awesome, you know. And she takes over, and Sapphire goes out and she dances up and down the street and she dances on the corner and she takes over. Like, Sapphire she's the outside chick. Like she's outside girl, I'm inside girl.
All right. Well, since you brought us up, you said like the two were different. What's the freakiest thing that you did? One that's Melanie and that's Sapphire.
Okay, well, the freakiest thing I've done is Sapphire. Is probably when I went to Arkansas. Someone flew me down to Arkansas to do some photo shoots and stuff, and I went down there and I had these guys as my escort. It was 4 guys who escorted me around for the whole 4 days that I was there, and they took me to like these fraternity events and stuff, and it was really cool, you know. Mm-hmm. And then we went back to my hotel room one day, and I let 4 of them give me a massage at one time, you know, like one was doing my back and one was rubbing my arms and one was doing each leg, and it got really hot, and then I think I slept with like all of them. Well, I went through 4 of them. Like, the first one was a virgin. I took somebody's virginity while I was there. And then the other one, he came so quick, it was like, And then the other one, he was married, so he couldn't keep it up. And then the last one was okay, but it didn't last long either. Whatever. And as Melanie, God, that would probably be the 6 months that I did the sex parties. Like, I used to go do parties every weekend. I used to make so much money just sucking dick. Like, I didn't like to fuck, but I'm a head monster, but they know that, you know. And I used to go and suck dick and make more money than the bitches that was fucking. Like, it was crazy.
Damn. Wow. I'm at loss for words. Sex parties. I never been to a sex party. That's not true. I've been to one or two, and they do tend to get kind of raunchy in the end.
Well, no, these were flat out. Like, the guys paid to get in. They knew what they was coming to see. It was strippers, and you could buy pussy once you got in the door. Mm-hmm. And then us girls, we had a real good guy that we worked with for as far as money, because he only charged us $20 a night, no matter what the fuck we made. You know, I could walk out with $1,000, $1,500. I still only had to tip out $20, so it was cool. You dig me? But you knew what the fuck you was coming there for. Like, it wasn't, oh, we gonna see some strippers and hope we fuck tonight. It was, I got my check, I came to fuck tonight.
Wow, I'm dropping the whole car payment and house loan on the strippers tonight.
That's how I met my first wife.
Yeah?
Yeah.
She was one of the girls in the club?
My first night dancing. No, it wasn't in the club. We did house parties and hotel parties. Mm-hmm. And my first night dancing, you know, I went in and I met this girl, and she was awesome. Like, she had F-cup titties, and her ass was fat as shit, and she had eyes on the back of her lower ass, her lower back, and her eyes was like greenish gray, and she was honey blonde, and she was thick. I like thick girls. She was thick. And we fucked that night. We made so much money fucking, y'all. Like, it was awesome. Like, the girl on girl show, we made good money. We started fucking around and shit. And then, like, 2 weeks later, they was like, yeah, everybody getting together for honey 18th birthday. I'm like, huh? And like 2 weeks later, they was like, yeah, everybody getting together for honey 18th birthday. I'm like, huh?
Oh.
What?
Oh.
Her what birthday? So I had been fucking with a minor. Nobody told, but she had been dancing for years. She was already, stripping and hoeing, and I had no idea she was a kid,
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, big. Yeah, but, I kept her. She turned 18 like 2-3 weeks later, so,
Kept a little longer.
I kept her. She's still my wifey. I love her. I got 2 wives, her and Sax, but, everybody knows Sax, my wife, too.
Oh, Sax? I just met Sax the first time this year at Exotica. I like her to death. She's just a ball of energy.
Yes, she is.
A ball of energy. Hey, Sax.
She's awesome.
Wait, no, we got a couple. I always ask people a couple questions, like some sex-related questions. So I have one that's a standard that I'm going to cover it to everybody, and this is the deal. All right, you having sex with a guy, right? The guy comes all over you, like he squeezes all over your stomach. Instead, like when it's over with, and you're sitting there like, "Ooh, that was good," or like thinking, "Damn, dude, finally," because this shit was boring. Instead of him going down to kiss you, he starts licking up his own nut. Now, do you either get repulsed or do you get turned on?
Is he my man or some man I'm fucking?
Either or.
It's different.
All right, let's say it's your man, and he goes down.
The first time some shit like this happened, I'm thrown off like shit, and only because my last boyfriend turned into a girlfriend.
Okay, that's gonna have to be interview 2. We have to get delving. He
did. We had some good years, and then all of a sudden he wanted to strap on and some other shit, and yeah. So if it was my man, I but if it was just some nigga I'm fucking, well, I'm gonna fuck him.
Wow, I don't know. I had to. Well, me personally, I couldn't do it. I don't. But hey, to each his own. To each his own. Everybody has a fetish. Even. Good question.
So you have to understand, I'm a girl. I've said to a nigga, here, you want me to eat it, taste it. Like, I've done that. Like, I've talked to the guy into sucking another guy off that was straight. And both of them was straight. Like,
But doesn't that start raising questions like,
I like, what the first thing I told you? I like to humiliate and degrade men.
Wow, that's more. That's wow. That's too much information for me. But you know, is that your fetish? Is that your fetish to get men to degrade themselves?
Turns me on.
All right. Well, even though I can't do very justice, I mean, there's a lot more to the story. Oh yeah, we have to show this real quick. I don't know. Is it alright if we show this? This is, if I could turn the camera real quick. I'll just take it over here. This is Sexy Sapphire's fetish chart.
Down the bottom.
Right. And on this chart, she has all different types of fetishes that people request on her campsite to do. So, fellas, if you're out there and I'm gonna let Sexy Sapphire tell you where you can find it, and you can actually request your very own fetish.
You can find me at sapphirethesexyone.com. You can email me at sapphirethesexyone@gmail.com. You can find me on Tumblr at sexysapphire.tumblr.com. And I'm telling you, just Google me. I'm everywhere. Like, it makes no sense for me to give you all these links. Google Sexy Sapphire. You'll find out. I'm everywhere. That's
right. Google Sexy Sapphire. Well, we're going to have to do a second interview with Sexy Sapphire because there's a lot more. But I think I need memory cards, not cards to really get into her story. But
and hurry up and get it because I'm retiring at the end of the year.
Oh, well, we're going to have to make it faster. We're going to make it fast.
Look at what you just saw. This is what you live for. I'm a motherfucker.